Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest narration of the web series Accidentally Adopted. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. This is a supplemental chapter. Media Perspectives on Ignitia. Many blamed the Navy for the Lost Boys and what they went on to do, but I put forward that the only way that we could have altered events would have been to allow over 1,000 children who had struggled towards their salvation to succumb to either the grubs or orbital plasma. Many other critics point out that we learned from the 4 men and their charges that the people were still alive down there, yet we glassed the planet anyway. Some question my right to destroy a world of 10 billion souls, but those who truly understand realize I had no right to let them live. These boys, these lost boys, insisted on meeting me. They threatened to stop eating if they didn't get their way. I had no intention of shrinking from my duty. From what I had done, I was prepared to answer to them for my necessary crime. I was not prepared to enter a converted cargo bay to Admiral on deck. They stood to attention and saluted like RNI, like the ancient Marines. Their leader, a boy called Pete, presented me with the tattered Mountaineers chapter flag in the regimental colors ceremony. I knew then that this was not the last time I'd see the Lost Boys. That flag remains my most treasured possession. They were amongst those who knew. They'd seen it with their own eyes. I ordered the glassing, yes, but they were forged as Ignitia burned down around them. On the glassing of Ignitia by Fleet Admiral Holst, the refugees were in 2 distinct groups, separated not by age or sex, no. They were too alike for such distinction. It was attitude alone that separated the Lost Boys from the mere refugees of Ignitia. In somewhat chilly, hastily converted cargo bay, there was what you'd expect from a collection of young boys who had lost everything. Boys were huddled together with kin or friends under blankets, weeping, wailing, speaking soft words of comfort. 1,206 boys behaved in about the same way you'd expect. 306 boys did not. They stood apart in groups of 5 to 7, encircling the refugees. Their backs were straight, their eyes were outwards, calculating, watchful, cold, almost dead. These were the eyes of killers. These were the eyes of the Lost Boys. The Rise and Fall of the Lost Boys by Emilia Doucet. And lo, for the sins of the Republic against Holy Terror herself, Mars himself did burn away their colonies. Yet Romanova was not free from sins. Therefore Vulcan smote his hammer upon Ignitia, and therefore forged for the Republic her Lost Boys. Wrath of the Gods writing by Plutarch. It was clear that the survivors had been severely psychologically damaged by the ordeal of the grub infestation, but the Republic clearly failed her civilians. Had the Lost Boys been graced by birth amongst the coalition, what followed would have never been allowed. While the circumstances of the infestation necessitated that the boys fight or die, a justified war crime was still a war crime. This was not the end of crimes against boys whose innocence was stolen by fate. Walking War Crimes by Juan Carlos de Antigua III. They killed their own mothers, every last one of them. Would you want to live like that? They could have been saved. How? Somehow, you don't give up. You don't just shoot your parents when they get sick. The fecking grubs aren't a cold, you idiot. They take you over. They make you kill and eat your friends. The Lost Boys did nothing wrong. Bring one into your house then. That's what I thought. Excerpt from Popular Opinion Show. End of supplemental chapter. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters. Bushmaster 117, Casper Arnholtz, Dragzoon W.R.E, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, Jon Creighton, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.